Morning at 8:30. It's part of AM Live. Barbara Billingsley, Tony Dow. You are in Kansas City, really, for a production at Tiffany's Attic, Come Blow Your Horn. How is it going and how much longer will it run, Barbara?
It closes October the 10th, and it's doing fantastically well.
You were mother and son on the show, and in this show at Tiffany's Attic, you're mother and son as well. Tony, what kind of mother and son combination are we talking about in Come Blow Your Horn, though?
Well, this is a little different. Mama here plays a Jewish mama who's a little frenetic and a little hyper, and I play
so many things.
And I play a a playboy 33-year-old bum.
But you have an interesting transformation in the play too,
Yeah.
because you sort of take on the cares of the world eventually, and aren't you glad he does?
Oh, yes, he matures.
Right.
Now this is
The younger one takes over his.
This is going until October 10th. Is it quite common then that people will maybe hang around to talk with you afterwards because they've been watching you for so long on TV? Do they want to know about you and just say, hey, I'm a big fan of you?
Sometimes they don't hang around. Last night a lady talked to us during our curtain call, so that was...
That's right.
The night I came, Diane Brewster was introduced from the audience.
Yeah.
Of course, she was the school teacher. How often will that happen? I mean, have other people shown up in the cast like this?
No.
No.
No, Diane's the only one. Wasn't she lovely? Didn't she look beautiful?
I was astounded because it felt like such a privilege to be there on that particular night when so many of you were reunited.
Yeah, it was fun.
I want to remind everyone, incidentally, that after a few minutes, we're going to be opening up the telephone lines, and we really invite you to call in, and we alerted you about this in advance, so I hope you have your questions ready to go and your dialing finger all poised, because they have agreed to talk with you by telephone. Leave It to Beaver has been syndicated for a long time now. It's playing in so many markets around the country. Has it become, something that you are tired of talking about, or does it still remain something that you're excited about and continue to be interested in? It's a general question, I guess.
I love Beaver. I loved Beaver when I made Beaver. I think Beaver's great. I looked at it this morning.
Is it hard to go anywhere without people recognizing you? I was out with Tony one night, and I swear, every place we went.
Yeah, it seems like people, especially in Kansas City, when you're doing something in a town, it seems like people recognize you more. But even in LA or wherever we go, it seems to. The show is such a tremendous success, and it's been playing for I don't know how many years. I think if you take the amount of hours it's been on television, I can't imagine how many it's been. We did so many shows, and it's been in reruns for 20 years or whatever. It's ridiculous. Sorry. Doesn't make me feel good either.
There are so many things to talk about. I'd like to touch on a few things, so in case listeners are wondering about questions. The show that you're doing now, Barbara, this is kind of a new career for you, really, in a way, which I think is absolutely marvelous. Could you explain a little bit about that?
Well, I haven't been on the stage since I was an ingenue, so that goes back a year or two.
Couple of years.
And it's wonderful. I love it.
It's a new career, and it sort of is an inspiration to so many of us who think, well, I've been doing something all my life. Maybe there's more out there yet to do. Now,
there's always more to do.
You've had several careers already, Tony, because we were talking once about your career as a swimmer. Could you get into that a little bit?
Well, when I was a kid, I was a swimmer, and I held some national records, and I was a diver, and I was working out for, the Olympics in 64 or 60 or something like that. I can't remember now, but, and then Leave It to Beaver came along, and of course it wasn't compatible doing both together, so I went into Leave It to Beaver show.
How often does it work out that the two of you will work together, or that you will work with Jerry Mathers, for example, working today?
Well, this is the first time that Barbara and I have worked together since the show, yeah. We've done some appearances and things like that, but this is...
You were here in Kansas City with Jerry Mathers before.
Jerry and I have done a few things, and we toured the country doing a show a couple of years back, so we've done some things together.
How's Come Blow Your Horn doing?
Great. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. The audiences are having fun, and hope the theater owners are having fun.
Do you like that kind of intimate atmosphere where you're really very close to the people who come? Is that an advantage overall, or can it be a bummer sometimes?
I don't think it's an advantage, but it's rather nice working with them so close.
I love dinner theater because it's got a real intimate atmosphere, and it's a real informal atmosphere. In other words, if something happens on stage that is new or fresh, and you just kind of go with it, and if you have a communication with the audience. It's a much stronger communication than I think you do when there's the footlights and there's the 20 or 30 feet between you and the audience. And of course, the pressure of...
One of the nicest things I think about the show too is the whole cast is such a good unit. It's wonderful.
And we're having fun, and we've made that an effort to have fun, but it's turned into really having fun. So.
Very quickly, before our first break, you have some roots in Kansas City.
I'm married to a beautiful Kansas City girl sitting right over there.
And I can vouch
Lauren,
for that.
yeah.
Hi, Lauren.
Me too.
And her family is from Kansas City, and they've been in Kansas City for about 17 years.
Let's get out of here now for just a little bit. Come back with those phone calls. We'll be right back with Barbara Billingsley and Tony Dow, so hang on.
Hello. My name's Ken Burwell, and I thought I'd be interested in answering the rumor that there would be maybe a remake of Beaver with the original cast as far as who's left.
Okay, question about the remake. What about that?
It's a reunion.
Reunion?
Yeah.
A 2-hour movie.
So, yeah, CBS is doing it in conjunction with Universal, and it's a 2-hour movie of the week, and it'll have, I guess, now, and this is all supposition because we haven't really been contacted regarding the specifics of the show. We've seen a script, and it has Ken Osmond, who played Eddie Haskell. It has Lumpy. Who else? Richard Deacon.
Richard Deacon. It has Larry Mondello.
Yeah.
What about the little girl that...
Judy?
Yeah.
No, she isn't in it right now, but I think things can be juggled because I'm sure they may have trouble finding a couple of the people that they're going to want to find. But we're looking forward to it, and we hope that it does come to pass. There's sure been a lot of press about it that surprises us.
Do you have any idea yet when shooting might begin on that?
Well, talk about next month, but
They talk about next month. They had a October 5th start date, but they don't really even they haven't really tied up all the loose ends yet. So once CBS and Universal get together with their negotiations and make a deal, then they can go ahead and start pursuing the specifics of shooting schedules and dealing with us.
From what years to what years did the show go on? How many years and when? When was that? When did it first air?
57 to...
63? Must have been, yeah, 1957 to 1963.
Of course, which gave you and Jerry especially time to grow up, get taller and all of that.
We went through our whole adolescence during that period.
And I want you...
Go ahead.
I had flat shoes on this morning in the Beaver show.
No high heels?
No high heels.
Oh, that's right. You watched the episode this morning. We're going to have to get to our next calls. All right. You're on AM Live.
Yeah, I had kind of a trivia question about Whitey Whitney and Harrison Toohey Brown on the old show. All the things I have list Harrison Toohey Brown's real name as being Tiger Fafara and Whitey's as being Stanley Fafara.
They're brothers.
They're brothers?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
You got it.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, we're coming up on our next call then. What
It's
number?
Luke Fafara for Tiger, too, if you're
Luke
interested.
Fafara.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're on AM Live.
Yes, Barbara, how does it feel to be working again with Tony?
I love working with Tony. I love Tony. So I'm very happy being here. I love your city. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful city.
And I'd like to interject. I'd like everyone to know this is not phoniness here. This is for real. I've been with them several times since they have been here for the show. And they really do like each other, and there's a genuine camaraderie here. It's really very nice. It's something that one can pick up on right away. We're about out of time. I can't believe it. It goes by so quickly. I want to thank people who called in. I'm only sorry that we didn't have more time. We've been talking to Barbara Billingsley and Tony Dow. Now, Come Blow Your Horn Again is on until when?
October 10th.
That's Neil Simon's first big Broadway smash.
Right.
Incidentally, it's at Tiffany's Attic. Mother and son, first on Leave It to Beaver, and now with Come Blow Your Horn. Now, we're going to go away to a commercial break. Tony, Barbara, thank you so much for coming.
Thank
you.
And we'll
It's great to see you.
watching you again tomorrow morning at 8:30.
All right.
Good show. Thank you.
We'll be right back.